Commander Alex Reyes slowly opened his eyes to a soft, bluish light that hummed like a distant star. His head throbbed, and the first thing he noticed was the smell. A strange, clean scent. Nothing like the metallic tang of his spaceship or the dry air of Earth. He tried to move, but his limbs felt heavy, like they were wrapped in invisible chains. "Where am I?" he whispered, his voice hoarse. He blinked, struggling to focus. The room was unlike anything he had ever seen. Smooth walls curved upward in a gentle dome, glowing faintly with shifting colors that changed from pale blue to soft green. There were no sharp corners, no signs of human architecture. Everything here seemed alive, calm, and breathing. Then he saw her. An alien figure sat at the edge of a softly glowing platform. Her skin shimmered like liquid silver, faint patterns moving across it like ripples on water. Her eyes were large, deep, and golden, reflecting light like tiny suns. When she noticed him stirring, a soft giggle escaped her lips. The sound was musical, warm, and oddly comforting. "You held my hand," she said gently, tilting her head. Alex froze. I don't remember that," he stammered, trying to sit up. The alien, he assumed she was female by her gestures, tilted her head again, her eyes filled with a mixture of curiosity and amusement. "It is true," she said, her voice carrying a strange resonance. "Your hand was strong and warm. It made me calm." Alex's mind raced. Held her hand? Calm her? I don't even know where I am. He tried to recall the last moments before this, but his memory was fragmented. He remembered the mission. Surveying an uncharted planet at the edge of human-controlled space. A sudden system failure. Alarms blaring. And then, nothing. "Are you a nurse?" he asked, noticing her soft, careful movements. She was adjusting small devices on a table beside her, moving with precision that suggested knowledge and care. "Yes," she said with a gentle smile. "I am Liara. I take care of those who are lost or hurt. You were hurt. Very badly." Alex's stomach twisted at the thought. He tried to sit up fully, but his muscles refused to obey. He groaned, leaning back against the soft surface beneath him. The platform seemed to adjust automatically, molding slightly to support his weight. He realized the alien technology was adaptive, almost alive, responding to his every movement. Liara extended her hand toward him, but not to touch, just a gesture, open and patient. "Do not worry. You are safe. You are healing." Alex studied her more closely. Her hands were long and slender, fingers tipped with subtle pads that seemed to glow faintly. Her entire body moved with fluidity, a quiet elegance. Despite the strangeness, there was something deeply reassuring about her presence. He finally managed to push himself up, supported by the platform. His head spun, but he felt stronger already, more aware of his surroundings. "Where am I?" he asked again, more firmly, this time. "You are on the Oralis," Liara replied. "A medical station in orbit around this planet. You were found unconscious near the surface, drifting in a crash pod. The planet is dangerous for your kind. We saved you." Alex's mind raced. A crash pod. He vaguely remembered, ejecting from his ship after systems failed. He had thought he was alone, facing a lonely death on an unknown world. Yet here he was, alive, tended to by an alien being. He felt a flicker of gratitude, mixed with awe and disbelief. You saved me?" he asked, still trying to comprehend. Liara nodded, her golden eyes softening. "Yes, you are alive because you are persistent. Humans survive, even when the odds are against them. Your species has strength." Alex blinked. "Strength? Persistent? She doesn't even know me." Yet she can tell. He tried to stand, leaning against the platform's edge. I don't remember holding your hand. Did I do something? Liara giggled softly again. Perhaps. Or perhaps it was a gesture your body made while unconscious. Either way, it brought comfort. Humans have a touch that is meaningful. Alex's lips curved into a faint smile. Humans are strange. Even I forget the small things we do that matter. The idea that a simple touch could communicate so much fascinated him. He had trained for interstellar diplomacy, first contact, even survival in hostile conditions, but nothing prepared him for the silent power of connection. Liara motioned to the glowing panels nearby. You are injured. Yes, but you are healing quickly. Our medicine is effective. Your biology is resilient. Even compared to many species we care for, humans recover with astonishing speed. Alex sat down carefully on the edge of the platform, examining his body. There were faint lines glowing along his arms and chest, where the alien technology had worked. No pain remained, only a strange, tingling warmth. He flexed his fingers, amazed at how functional they already were. Humans do heal fast, he muttered to himself. Liara tilted her head, observing him. Indeed. And you have courage. That is also rare. Many are afraid when they do not understand. You adapt. Alex paused. Courage. Adapt. She was speaking as if she had watched him even before he awoke. It was unsettling, yet flattering. Perhaps that's what makes humans special. We face the unknown and keep moving. He looked around the room more carefully. Strange devices lined the walls, softly glowing instruments that he couldn't identify. Tubes and panels hummed with life, moving without visible hands. It was technology beyond anything Earth had developed, yet it was inviting, not intimidating. It seemed to anticipate his needs rather than demand compliance. Can you walk? Liara asked suddenly, breaking his thoughts. Her voice was calm, patient, but filled with expectation. Alex stood slowly, testing his balance. The muscles in his legs felt slightly weak but responsive. I think so, he said cautiously. He took a tentative step forward. Then another. His balance returned quickly, and he marveled at the feeling of strength returning. You are remarkable, Liara said. Not all who come here regain mobility so quickly. Your species is extraordinary in many ways. Even when alone, you fight to survive. Alex looked at her, surprised by the praise. Extraordinary? Maybe. But I didn't do anything special. I was just trying to survive. Liara's eyes glimmered with understanding. That is special. The will to live, even when surrounded by unknown dangers, that is a gift. And humans possess it in abundance. For a moment, Alex felt something swell in his chest, a mixture of pride and humility. He had always believed humans were capable, resilient, but hearing it from someone entirely alien, someone who could observe countless species, made the truth of it undeniable. The platform beneath him shifted slightly, guiding him toward a larger area of the room. Softly glowing panels adjusted to his height, offering support as he walked. Alex realized the technology was not just intelligent, it was considerate, designed to protect, comfort, and heal. He glanced at Liara, who walked alongside him, her presence reassuring. Tell me about this place, Alex said, his curiosity overcoming his fatigue. Liara's golden eyes sparkled. This is a station of care. We find those who are lost, who are injured, who are in danger. We heal them, and when they are ready, they return to the stars. You are among the first humans we have helped directly. It is exciting. Alex felt a mixture of wonder and responsibility. Humans were explorers, after all. And here he was, a representative of his species, in a completely alien environment. And yet, instead of fear, he felt connection through touch, through shared experience, through the quiet understanding of this alien nurse. "You will rest," Liara said, gesturing toward a softer platform nearby. "But soon, you will walk freely, and we will talk." Alex lay down on the soft surface, feeling the gentle hum of the platform beneath him. Liara's presence beside him was comforting, steady, almost maternal. Yet there was a subtle spark in her eyes, a curiosity mirrored in his own heart. Somewhere in the vastness of the universe, humans and aliens had met in a moment of trust and care. As he drifted toward sleep, his last coherent thought was of her words. "You held my hand." A simple gesture, yet one that bridged worlds, species, and understanding. In the silence of the medical bay, Alex realized that even in the vast unknown of space, connection, human connection, remained a force as strong as gravity, as enduring as the stars themselves. And with that thought, he closed his eyes, surrendering to rest, ready to awaken to a universe that was far stranger and far more wondrous than he had ever imagined. Alex woke slowly, the soft glow of the medical bay filtering gently through the walls. The pain from the crash was gone, replaced by a lingering sense of wonder. He shifted on the platform, stretching carefully, and noticed Liara standing nearby, observing him with those golden eyes that seemed to see far more than just the surface. "You slept well," she said, her voice soft, melodic, almost like a song. "Your body is recovering faster than expected." Alex tried to sit up fully, marveling at his own strength. "Faster than expected? By you or by me?" he asked, a faint smile tugging at his lips. Liara tilted her head, letting out a quiet laugh that reminded him of wind chimes. "By both. Humans are remarkable. Your species survives in ways we have never seen before. Even the simplest humans have instincts that astonish us." Alex paused, considering her words. Liara extended her hands, fingers moving gracefully as she spoke. "The desire to live, the capacity to adapt, the courage to act without fear, even in situations your mind cannot fully understand. You demonstrate all of these. Even now, in a strange place, you are calm enough to think clearly." Alex leaned back slightly, absorbing her praise. It was strange, comforting, and unsettling all at once. "You make it sound like humans are heroes." "They are not heroes," Liara said softly. "But they are extraordinary. Many species survive. Yes. Many thrive. Yes. But humans, they endure. They endure because they refuse to surrender, even when everything seems impossible." Alex felt a strange warmth in his chest. He had trained his entire life to survive emergencies, to lead missions in unknown space, and to face dangers that others would flee from. Yet, hearing it acknowledged by someone like Liara, someone who had seen countless beings, made the praise more meaningful than any award or medal. Liara stepped closer, her movements smooth, almost liquid. She held out a small device, shaped like a glowing crystal. "We should communicate more clearly. Your voice is understandable." Alex frowned slightly. "Other way?" Liara smiled, her expression patient. "We have a method of communication that does not rely only on words. We can share thoughts, feelings, and ideas directly. It takes focus, but I will guide you." Alex hesitated, but curiosity overcame him. He had trained for first contact scenarios, learned the basics of alien communication, but this was unlike anything he expected. He nodded. "Okay, show me." Liara reached out, lightly touching his arm. The contact was warm, almost electrifying, but not in a painful way. A strange sensation spread through his mind. Not like words, but like impressions, images, and emotions. Fear, confusion, relief, all came together in a sudden wave, and then came Liara's presence. "Relax," she said. Alex took a deep breath. He focused, trying to let go of the chaos in his mind. Slowly, a thread of clarity appeared. He felt what she called a connection. It was as if he could sense her thoughts without hearing them. Her concern, her observation of his injuries, her admiration for his resilience, it all flowed directly into him. "This is incredible," Alex whispered. Liara giggled softly. "Yes, and humans are capable too. You feel emotions strongly. That makes connection are powerful." Alex marveled at the simplicity and depth of what was happening. Here, in a room lighted with alien technology, he felt understood in a way he had never experienced. He remembered the small detail from before the hand he supposedly held, and now it made sense. Even unconscious, his presence had communicated something to her, something humans often overlook: empathy, warmth, and courage. I can feel you," he said slowly, amazed. "And I can feel you," she responded in the same strange, shared way. "You are brave. You are patient. You are curious." Alex's heart swelled. Humans are often messy and reckless, he thought, half in jest. "I wonder if you would still call me brave after seeing all our mistakes." "Bravery is not the absence of mistakes," Liara replied. "It is the choice to act despite them." Alex laughed softly. He realized that this communication was not just words or thoughts, it was understanding. Humans had always valued connection, but he had never imagined it could extend across species so completely. "Can we do this often?" he asked. "Yes," she said simply. "Learning about each other will help us both. You will teach us about your species. We will teach you about ours." Alex leaned back on the platform, amazed. I've never felt this understood before. Not by another human. Not by anyone." Liara's eyes softened. "That is the gift of connection. It is rare and precious. And humans, you make it remarkable." For a while, they simply sat, sharing thoughts and impressions. Alex felt her curiosity as she examined his human instincts, his reactions, his emotions. In turn, he absorbed the patterns of her thoughts, the subtle ways her species interacted with the world. He noticed the smallest details: how she adjusted her breathing, how she responded to the room's shifting lights, how she smiled, even when no words were spoken. Finally, Alex asked, "Can you teach me more about your language? Not just this connection, but your words too?" Liara's golden eyes sparkled. "Yes, you are eager to learn. That is, human. We will begin now." Over the next hours, she guided him through simple phrases. They were melodic, sometimes unintelligible at first, yet each had meaning that went beyond the sounds. A word could convey joy, caution, or reassurance, all at once. Alex repeated the phrases, clumsy at first, then more confidently. Liara encouraged him, praising his effort and his persistence. "You learn quickly," she said. "Humans are adaptable. That is extraordinary." Alex smiled. "I guess we have to be. Space doesn't wait for slow learners." Liara laughed, a sound like water over stones, and the room seemed to brighten with her amusement. "Indeed. And humans survive, even when unprepared. That is why we are fascinated." Curiosity grew in Alex. "Fascinated? By humans?" Liara nodded. "By your species' courage, your persistence, your capacity to connect. Even small gestures like the hand you held carry meaning beyond your awareness. That is powerful." Alex's mind returned to that moment. He had been unconscious, probably scared, and yet his hand had communicated something. He realized that even when humans are unaware, their actions leave impressions. We touch the universe in ways we do not always understand, he thought. Liara watched him closely. Do you wish to explore the station? She asked. Alex hesitated. Part of him wanted to stay in the comfort of the platform, in the safety of Liara's presence. But another part, human curiosity, urged him to explore. Yes, I need to see where I am. Liara extended her hand again. Then walk with me. There is much to see. Together, they moved through the softly glowing corridors of the station. Alex marveled at the walls, alive with shifting patterns, softly humming with energy. Every surface seemed aware of their presence, responding with subtle adjustments. The corridors were wide, welcoming, and surprisingly organic. There were no sharp edges, no harsh lights, no noise. Everything was calm. This place is incredible, Alex said. Liara smiled, tilting her head. It is designed for healing and learning. For those who are lost, we offer care. For those who are curious, we offer knowledge. And for those who survive, we offer understanding. Alex realized that humans, with their curiosity and courage, fit here naturally, even though they were so different. Liara's species had long studied other life forms. Yet humans seemed to stand out, not because of strength, but because of persistence, adaptability, and empathy. As they walked, Liara guided him past various rooms. Some filled with medical devices, others with holographic displays showing distant stars and planets. Alex saw beings of other species, some recovering from injuries, others learning to communicate. He noticed how patient and gentle Liara was with all of them, offering encouragement and guidance. Alex felt a quiet pride swell inside him. Humans were far from perfect, but here, in the eyes of someone who had seen countless species, they were remarkable. And he, one human among billions, was capable of making a difference. Finally, Liara led him to a small observation chamber. Through a curved window, Alex saw the planet below, its surface a swirl of colors, mountains, rivers, and oceans. Ships of unknown design moved gracefully above it, like schools of metallic fish. He felt both insignificant and important. A single human in a vast universe, yet capable of influence. This view, Liara nodded. The universe is vast. Many are afraid of it. But those who understand, those who adapt, they find beauty, and purpose, and connection. You have all three. Alex smiled, feeling a quiet determination rise. He had survived, learned, and already begun to understand. He didn't know what lay ahead, but one thing was certain. Humans were not weak. Wariine won. They were capable, adaptable, and, above all, persistent. Liara's voice reached him again, calm and soft. Tomorrow, we will continue learning. You will meet others. You will see more of the station. But for now, rest and feel the connection. Alex nodded, leaning back against the observation platform. As he watched the stars beyond the window, he thought of the hand he had supposedly held. The strange bond forming between species, and the future that awaited him. He had survived, he had connected, and he had begun to learn. And in that moment, he realized, even in the unknown, humanity could shine. The next morning, Alex awoke to the soft hum of the station. The gentle blue light filtered through the walls like dawn, though he knew there was no sun inside this place. He felt stronger than before. His muscles no longer ached, and his mind was sharp and alert. For the first time since the crash, he felt ready to explore. Liara was already there, waiting beside the softly glowing platform. She gave him a warm smile, her golden eyes reflecting curiosity. "Are you ready?" she asked. Alex nodded, trying to contain his excitement. "Yes. I want to see the station. I want to learn more." Rufal. Winokstan. Liara extended her hand, and he took it. This time, he remembered the touch clearly. It was not just a greeting. It was a gesture of trust, of cooperation. He felt it in his chest, a subtle warmth that seemed to reassure him. The station was alive in ways Alex had never imagined. The walls shifted slightly as they passed, guiding their steps. Panels glowed softly, adjusting their height and angle to match his stride. Everywhere, he noticed beings of different shapes, sizes, and forms. Some were studying, others resting, and a few practiced movements that seemed like exercises or meditation. "This station, it's incredible," Alex said. "It feels alive." Liara nodded. "It is. Every surface, every device is designed to help, to respond, to heal. It watches, learns, and adapts. We care for all beings who enter here, even humans." Alex's chest swelled with pride. Even here, humans are remarkable. He felt a sense of duty, a responsibility to represent his species well. "I want to help," he said quietly. Liara's eyes glimmered with approval. "And you will. Soon." They turned a corner, and Alex stopped. Before him was a chamber filled with glowing containers, each holding a strange, pulsating light. Some seemed organic, others mechanical. A soft alarm blinked on one of the panels. "What is this?" he asked. Liara's expression changed, her calmness shifting to concern. "These are containment units. Each one holds samples of various life forms, substances, and viruses. They are harmless under normal conditions, but dangerous if released." Alex's curiosity sparked. "Viruses? You keep dangerous viruses here?" "Yes," Liara said carefully. "For study and protection. We observe, learn, and prepare. But there is one that is not fully stable. It is dormant, yet it has potential to spread if disturbed. That is why we are careful. We can see that." Alex studied the containment unit. A small, faintly glowing sphere pulsed slowly inside a transparent field. He felt a twinge of unease. "Has it ever caused harm?" Liara shook her head. "Not yet. But we monitor it constantly. Humans could adapt to survive its effects, but the virus could still change rapidly. It is not something we take lightly." Alex's mind raced. He had trained for emergency situations, but this was different. Here, he was faced with a threat he did not fully understand. A virus alien to everything he knew. And yet, he felt capable. Humans had always survived in the face of danger, finding solutions even when none seemed obvious. Liara noticed his gaze lingering on the containment unit. "You are curious," she said softly. "That is human. You want to explore, to understand. It is good." Alex nodded. "I need to know. If something goes wrong, I want to be ready." Liara studied him closely. "Your instinct to act, even without complete understanding. That is what makes humans extraordinary. We watch many species, but few take initiative in the way you do." Alex felt a mixture of pride and humility. He had survived a crash, learned to communicate with an alien species, and now faced a potential threat he did not fully grasp. And yet, he was ready to act. He felt alive, purposeful, and human. Liara guided him to a control panel beside the containment units. "Observe," she said. "Watch the readings carefully. Notice any fluctuations." Liara. Alex studied the data. Numbers and symbols moved across the screen, showing energy levels, containment field stability, and biological markers. He had no formal training in alien virology, but his human intuition, his ability to notice patterns and anomalies, allowed him to see what Liara pointed out. "The unit's energy is fluctuating," he said, pointing to a soft pulse on the display. "It's minor, but it's consistent. Something is changing inside." Liara's eyes widened slightly. "Yes, that is exactly what concerns us. We need to monitor it more closely. You notice details others might miss. That is very human." Alex felt a thrill of purpose. "Can we stabilize it?" Liara considered him. "Yes, but it will require focus and precision. And perhaps a solution you might suggest." Alex smiled faintly. Humans had always improvised, finding solutions in desperate moments. He felt that instinct rise within him now. "Then let's try." Together, they worked. Liara guided him through the alien technology, explaining subtle adjustments, how to balance energy fields, and how to respond to changes in real time. Alex observed carefully, adapting to the devices, learning quickly. Hours passed, though Alex felt only minutes. He had learned to read the subtle pulsing of the containment unit, to anticipate shifts, and to make small interventions. Liara's guidance was patient but firm, and he could sense her respect growing for his ability to adapt. Finally, the readings stabilized. The pulse returned to a calm, steady rhythm. Alex exhaled, feeling a surge of triumph. Liara's eyes sparkled. "You did it," she said softly. "You saved the containment unit from instability. Your intuition, your action. It is remarkable." Alex smiled, feeling pride. He had done something significant. Not just surviving, but actively contributing. "We did it," he said. "Yes," Liara agreed. "But humans, your species has a gift. You act, even when uncertain. You observe, adapt, and respond. That is what makes you extraordinary." Alex felt the weight of her words. It was one thing to survive, but to be recognized as capable, intelligent, and brave by an alien species, it was something else, entirely. He realized that humans were often underestimated, even in the vastness of space. But here, in this station, their strengths were clear. Liara led him away from the containment chamber, guiding him to a quiet observation deck. Through the curved windows, Alex could see the planet below. It was alive with colors, storms, rivers, mountains, and forests. Ships moved gracefully above the surface. Some human, some not. "This world," Alex said softly. "It's beautiful and dangerous." Liara nodded. "All worlds are, but beauty and danger exist together. Understanding both, that is survival." Alex looked at her, feeling a deep respect. She had seen countless species, countless lives, yet she still marveled at the courage of a single human. I think humans can survive almost anywhere," he said. Liara's golden eyes glimmered. "Yes, you are resilient, you are curious, you are brave, and you make connections." Alex smiled faintly, remembering the first day he awoke beside her. The hand he had held, the giggle, the trust, it all made sense now. Humans survived not just because of strength or speed, but because of connection, empathy, and courage. Even here, in a place filled with alien technology and unknown dangers, he felt capable, ready, and alive. As the day ended, Alex returned to the platform where he had first awoken. Liara remained nearby, a gentle presence, her golden eyes observing him. "You did well today," she said softly. "You learned quickly. You observed carefully. You acted with courage." Alex leaned back, exhausted but satisfied. "I feel useful," I feel like I can actually help here. Liara smiled. You are human. That is enough. Your species has gifts that even we do not fully understand. But I am beginning to see. Alex closed his eyes briefly, feeling a sense of peace. He had survived the crash, learned to communicate, explored the station, and helped stabilize a dangerous containment unit. Humanity, he realized, was remarkable not just in survival, but in action, thought, and empathy. Liara's hand brushed lightly against his, a gentle reminder of connection. Rest now, she said softly. Tomorrow, you will learn more. There is much to discover, and you are ready. Alex nodded, feeling the warmth of her presence. He understood now that survival alone was not enough. Humans could thrive because of their courage, their curiosity, and their willingness to connect. And in the vast, unknown universe, those gifts would make all the difference. As he drifted into sleep, the station hummed around him, alive and watching. He knew the challenges ahead would be great, but he also knew this: humanity could endure, adapt, and rise. And somewhere deep inside, he felt the quiet thrill of discovery, the excitement of learning, and the hope of proving that humans, even in the far reaches of space, were extraordinary. Alex woke to a quiet alarm pulsing through the station. The soft blue light had changed to a warmer, amber glow, indicating that something had shifted. He felt a slight unease ripple through him. The morning had begun like any other, but instinct told him that today would be different. Liara appeared almost immediately, her golden eyes serious but calm. We have a situation, she said softly. The dormant virus in containment is showing instability. It is subtle, but it is increasing. Alex's stomach tightened. The unit I helped stabilize? He asked, stepping closer to her. Yes, she said. It is responding strangely. It may remain contained, but if it spreads, it could affect the station and its inhabitants. Alex's mind raced. He had seen the readings yesterday and had stabilized them. But the universe was full of variables. Even the best efforts sometimes failed. Still, a deep part of him stirred. The human instinct to act, to problem solve, to survive. Then we act, he said firmly. Liara's eyes softened with approval. Yes, that is human. Observe, adapt, and respond. Alex followed her quickly to the containment chamber. The pulsating sphere inside the unit was brighter now, its light flickering like a heartbeat. The energy readings fluctuated faster, and subtle waves of disturbance rippled through the air. Even without fully understanding the virus, Alex could sense the danger. Liara began adjusting controls, her hands moving fluidly over the panels. We must stabilize it again, but the usual methods may not be enough. Your human intuition may help guide us. Alex nodded. He studied the displays carefully. He noticed a small but consistent pattern in the energy fluctuations, something subtle that indicated the virus responded to external stimuli, particularly the station's adaptive systems. I see it, he said, pointing. The unit is reacting to the chamber's temperature and airflow. If we balance them differently, it may calm down. Liara's golden eyes widened. Yes, that is a solution we have not attempted. You notice details we might overlook. That is remarkable. Together, they adjusted the environmental controls. Alex suggested small, precise changes, watching the readings for any sign of response. Liara followed his instructions, adapting the alien technology to his human logic. It was a delicate dance. One wrong move, and the virus could destabilize further. Time stretched. Hours passed, though Alex barely noticed. He was fully focused, reading the data, predicting outcomes, and making adjustments. Liara provided guidance and corrections, but it was Alex's intuition that drove the process forward. Finally, the readings began to stabilize. The pulsating sphere slowed its flicker and returned to a steady glow. Alex exhaled, a mixture of relief and triumph washing over him. "We did it," he said, his voice calm but exhilarated. Liara smiled softly, a light of admiration in her eyes. "Yes, together. Your presence, your instincts, they guided us. Humans adapt and act in ways that are inspiring." Alex felt a quiet pride swell within him. It was more than survival he had contributed, made a difference, and earned the respect of an alien species. The sense of accomplishment was deep, solid, and uniquely human, but the relief was short-lived. A new alarm sounded, more urgent this time. Alex's stomach tightened. "What now?" he asked. Liara's face was serious. "A minor breach in another containment unit. It is not critical yet, but it requires immediate attention." Alex nodded, his human determination flaring. They moved quickly through the station, arriving at a smaller chamber filled with glowing biological samples. One of the units had a faint crack along its surface, and subtle energy waves pulsed outward. Liara's hands moved expertly over the controls, but Alex noticed something she had not, a secondary fluctuation that hinted at instability in the surrounding field. "If we adjust the secondary field first," he said, pointing, "it should relieve pressure on the main containment unit." Liara paused, then nodded. "Yes, that is an excellent observation. Your human insight continues to amaze me." Working together, they stabilized the field. The crack in the containment unit shimmered and sealed itself, the energy waves calming. Alex felt a thrill of satisfaction. He realized that human problem-solving, combined with alien technology, could achieve results neither could accomplish alone. Liara looked at him, her expression softening. "Humans are extraordinary. You think quickly, act decisively, and adapt to new challenges. That is why your species survives and thrives. You inspire even those who have seen countless civilizations." Alex felt a warm pride, tempered with humility. He had never considered himself remarkable. But in this moment, he understood that humanity's true strength lay in its adaptability, courage, and willingness to act in the face of uncertainty. The day continued with a series of smaller crises, systems that required recalibration, sensors that flickered unexpectedly, and minor technical failures. Each time, Alex observed, analyzed, and suggested solutions. Liara and the other medical staff implemented them, often with awe at his rapid thinking and adaptability. By the end of the day, the station was calm once again. Alex leaned against a glowing wall, exhausted but exhilarated. Liara approached him, her golden eyes reflecting pride and affection. "You have done more than survive," she said softly. "You have saved systems, stabilized dangerous units, and guided us through challenges. You make humans proud." Alex smiled faintly. "I just did what had to be done. Humans, we try to adapt. We survive. That's all." Liara shook her head. "No, that is not all. You lead. You observe. You act with courage. That is what makes humans extraordinary. You are more than capable. You are inspiring." Alex felt a quiet warmth in his chest. It was more than praise, it was recognition, understanding, and trust. Humans had long valued connection, courage, and problem-solving. And now, in the eyes of an alien species, those qualities shone brightly. Later, Alex returned to the observation deck, staring at the planet below. The sun, or its alien equivalent, cast golden light over mountains and rivers, reflecting off clouds like a painting in motion. Ships moved gracefully through the skies, and the station hummed softly, alive, and adaptive. Liara joined him quietly. "Do you understand now?" she asked softly. "Why your species is remarkable?" Alex looked at her, feeling a deep sense of clarity. "Yes," he said. "We survive because we adapt. We act because we care. And we connect because we want to understand, even when we don't fully know what we're doing." Liara smiled. "Exactly. That is the human way. Courage, curiosity, connection, these are your greatest strengths." Alex thought of the hand he had held when he first awoke, the soft giggle, and the trust that had formed in that moment. Humans survived not just through strength, but through empathy and connection. And now, in this alien station, he saw that human qualities could influence not just their own species, but others as well. "You've taught me much today," Alex said, turning to her. "Not just about the station, but about humans." Liara's eyes gleamed. "And you have taught me too. That courage, adaptability, and connection, they are not just words, they are action. You act, and that action inspires. That is why humans endure." Alex leaned back, watching the stars beyond the observation deck. For the first time since the crash, he felt a deep sense of purpose. Humanity had survived countless dangers on Earth, and now, here in the stars, their instincts, courage, and ability to connect were proving invaluable once again. Liara's hand brushed lightly against his shoulder, a gentle reminder of their growing bond. "Rest now," she said softly. "Tomorrow, there will be more challenges. But you are ready." Alex nodded, closing his eyes. He had faced danger, adapted, and contributed. He had learned the strength of human intuition and action, and he had formed a bond that transcended species. And as he drifted into sleep, the hum of the station surrounding him. They were innovators, connectors, and a force that could shine even in the unknown vastness of space. Somewhere deep inside, he felt a quiet thrill, the thrill of discovery, of courage, and of partnership. And he knew that no matter what challenges awaited, humans, with their strength, adaptability, and empathy, would continue to endure. The station was quiet in the early hours of the cycle. The soft amber light had shifted back to a calming blue, signaling that the crises of the past days had been resolved. Alex Reyes stood on the observation deck, staring down at the planet below. The sun, or the alien equivalent, glinted on rivers and mountains, casting golden light across the forests. Ships drifted gracefully above the surface, and the station hummed softly, alive with energy. Alex felt a mixture of awe and exhaustion. In the past days, he had survived a crash, learned to communicate with an alien species in ways he had never imagined, and helped stabilize dangerous containment units. Every moment had tested him, and yet, through it all, he had discovered something profound not just about the universe, but about humans themselves. Liara appeared beside him quietly, her golden eyes warm with a mixture of pride and curiosity. She did not speak at first. Instead, she simply watched the planet, her form shimmering gently in the ambient light. Alex turned to her, a small smile on his lips. "Beautiful, isn't it?" he said softly. Liara nodded. "Yes, it is beautiful, and yet dangerous. All worlds are, but understanding them and surviving, that is what matters." Alex considered her words. Humans had always explored the unknown, venturing into danger with courage and curiosity. And now, here in the far reaches of space, he realized that their qualities were not just survival traits. They were gifts: courage, adaptability, empathy, and the drive to connect with others, even across species. These were the traits that made humans extraordinary. "You've changed my view of humans," Liara said quietly, her voice almost musical. I have observed many species over the centuries. Some are strong, some are intelligent, some are cautious. But humans, you are persistent, curious, brave, and capable of connection in ways few others are. Even your simplest actions carry meaning beyond what you realize. Alex felt a quiet pride. He remembered the first day he awoke on the station, confused and injured, and the alien nurse beside him, who claimed he had held her hand. Now, after days of cooperation, learning, and problem-solving, he understood the deeper truth. Connection. The simple, human act of reaching out could resonate far beyond the moment it happened. Liara tilted her head, her eyes glimmering. The hand you held. It mattered more than you knew. It was a gesture of trust, of courage, and of empathy. It began the bond between us. And that bond has allowed you to succeed here. Alex chuckled softly. I didn't even remember it at first. But I guess humans have a way of leaving impressions, even when we're not aware of it. Yes, Liara replied, her smile gentle. And your species does so in ways that inspire others, humans and non-humans alike. That is why you endure. That is why you shine in the unknown. For a moment, Alex was silent, watching the distant clouds swirl over the planet. He thought of the dangers they had faced. The dormant virus, the unstable containment units, the unknown environment. Every challenge had tested him, yet every time he had adapted, acted, and found solutions. Liara, he said finally, I've always believed humans survive because we fight to stay alive. But now, I see, it's more than that. We survive because we connect, because we learn, because we keep moving forward, even when the odds are against us. Liara's eyes softened. Exactly. That is what makes humans extraordinary. Not strength alone, not speed alone, not intelligence alone, but the combination. The ability to act, to understand, to adapt, and to care. That is your gift to the universe. Alex felt a surge of gratitude. He had come to this station as a single human, injured and unsure, and now he stood as a representative of his species, capable, respected, and connected. And through this connection, he had proven something important, not just to Liara or the station, but to himself. Humans could thrive anywhere. Liara's gaze turned toward him, her voice soft and almost playful. Do you remember the first day you awoke? Alex smiled faintly, remembering the moment vividly. Yes, you said I held your hand. She giggled softly, the musical sound filling the room. And you did. And that simple gesture began everything. Courage, empathy, trust. It all started with your hand. Alex felt a warmth in his chest. He realized that survival was not only about action or intelligence, it was about connection. Even the smallest gestures that resonated across boundaries of species, language, and culture. Humans had a gift that few others could match. Thank you, he said quietly, for guiding me, for trusting me, and for letting me learn. Liara's eyes sparkled. And thank you, human. You have reminded me why connection matters. You have shown that even one human can make a difference in the universe. The quiet hum of the station filled the room. Outside, the stars glimmered, distant and mysterious. Alex felt the thrill of adventure, the calm of accomplishment, and the deep satisfaction of human resilience. He had faced challenges, acted decisively, and formed bonds that transcended species. And through it all, he had discovered the essence of humanity, not in victory alone, but in courage, connection, and adaptability. Later, Alex packed his belongings for the journey back to his ship. Liara walked with him to the docking bay, her form glowing faintly in the soft light. The human shuttle waited, sleek and familiar among the alien structures. You are ready, she said softly. The universe awaits, and humans will continue to shine. Alex nodded. I'll carry what I've learned here with me, and I'll remember that small acts like holding a hand can create bonds that last far longer than a moment. Liara smiled, a gesture that seemed almost human in its warmth. And I will remember you. Humans are extraordinary. You remind us that courage, curiosity, and connection are universal forces. You leave the station stronger than you arrived. Alex stepped onto his shuttle, feeling the familiar hum of human technology beneath his feet. He looked back at the station, at Liara, at the alien world below. For a moment, he felt the pull of belonging not just to Earth, but to the universe itself. Humans had survived in every environment on their planet. Now, they had shown that they could endure, adapt, and thrive even among the stars. The engines ignited, and the shuttle lifted from the docking bay. Alex watched as the station receded into the distance, glowing softly against the dark backdrop of space. He thought of Liara's words, of the hand he had held, and of everything he had learned. Humanity, he realized, was more than survival. It was connection, courage, and hope. As the shuttle moved toward the stars, Alex allowed himself a quiet smile. He had faced danger, uncertainty, and the unknown. He had adapted, acted, and connected. And now, returning to his mission, he carried with him a profound understanding. Humans were capable of extraordinary things, even in a universe filled with wonders and dangers beyond imagination. The stars stretched endlessly ahead, glittering like distant promises. Alex felt excitement, determination, and a deep sense of pride. Humanity was not just a species that survived. It was a species that inspired, that connected, and that endured. And somewhere, in the distance, he sensed Liara's presence again. A reminder that connection transcended time, distance, and species. The hand he had held, the trust he had shown, and the courage he had demonstrated had left an imprint, not just on the station, but on the universe itself. As the shuttle sailed through the cosmos, Alex reflected on the journey. He had discovered courage, empathy, and intelligence in ways that mattered. He had learned that humans, even one individual, could influence outcomes, inspire others, and build bonds that crossed the boundaries of worlds. And he knew this with certainty. Humanity would continue to endure, to shine, and to inspire not because of strength alone, not because of intelligence alone, but because of the remarkable combination of courage, curiosity, and the ability to connect. The stars seemed to pulse with possibility. Alex leaned back in his seat, watching the universe unfold before him. He was ready for whatever lay ahead, confident that humans, wherever they went, could thrive, adapt, and leave their mark on the cosmos. And in that moment, as the shuttle glided into the depths of space, Alex smiled, remembering a simple truth that had guided him from the moment he awoke. A small gesture, a human hand, could change everything. The universe was vast, full of unknown wonders, dangers, and possibilities. But Alex Reyes, human among the stars, understood something profound. Humans were extraordinary, and the stars were only the beginning.